Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So it is the weekend and I figure what a great opportunity to do another vlog. I know you guys said last time that I did one of these that you really enjoyed them. So we've got so much to get packed in to today in terms of training, cardio, food, all the things. But I'm gonna start off with a makeup tutorial. So I'm gonna take you back and walk you through like all of the things that I use for makeup, since you guys seem to ask about that all the time. I'm like, okay, if you ask, I shall deliver. So I'll do that. I'm going to be going to get some cardio in. We've got breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm going to give you a bunch of recipes, and I am 8 weeks out from the Tampa Pro. So I'm on 1,340 calories right now. So poverty macros, but I want you to see how you can still have fun, tasty foods without giving up everything. So lots of delicious recipes. Lots of delicious recipes coming your way, and we'll also be getting a workout in as well. So let's get to it. Alrighty guys, we are getting ready for the day. This is really hard. I've never actually set my camera up to do this. So I'm like, this is gonna be harder than I thought. So if I keep looking over here, it's because I have a big mirror. But anyways, let's give this a whirl. Actually, no, I'm not even gonna try and do that one. This is too hard, too much precision. So I'm gonna go through a couple of the products that I use. I know folks often will ask, oh, show me your makeup. It's the most simple, but I'll see if I can show you a few things. Just finishing off a nose contour here. So I usually just put 2 stripes down either side of my nose, and then I just come in and triangle. I take it up into this corner here, and then I usually like kind of bring it into the crease a little bit. And yes, I still have funny spots on my head. I'll fix those in a second. All right, let me finish that. Okay, let's start with the basics. Number 1 was this primer. So that basically goes on after you've cleansed your face, moisturized. This just helps everything stick to your face. So this is Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This is the first time I've actually started using this brand, and I've really liked it so far. It just gives you a nice, like, smooth base, and your makeup just stays on a little bit longer, which is always nice, especially if you've got multiple things that you have to do throughout the day and you don't have time to touch it up. So that was step number 1. My goodness, I just got out of bed. All right, step number 2, I use the Dior Forever Skin Glow foundation. This actually has a little bit of SPF in it too. So if I'm not using a makeup that's got SPF in it, I would put a, I guess, SPF based sun cream or something on, like a tinted moisturizer first. I'm using 2N. It's actually too light for my skin tone right now. I've been out in the sun a lot. So the rest of my body is really tan, but I've also been trying to keep my face out of the sun. So it's like 2 completely different bodies, and I'm having a little bit of a hard time kind of matching or blending the 2, but we're making it work. So I use that. And I guess something else that's been super, super duper helpful in keeping my skin, I guess, youthful and clear, is hydroquinone. So this is something that you need to get prescribed from like a pharmacist or from your physician, I should say. You pick it up at the pharmacy. But yeah, basically clears any uneven skin tone, redness. I had melasma and a lot of discoloration, and it's basically kind of clearing everything so that it's all one shade, which has been so nice. So this has been a game changer in my skincare routine. So hydroquinone. So we went in with the foundation, and then the brown stripes that you can currently see over my head is NARS. So this is a cream-based contour. This is the second type of brand that I've used that's cream-based. I'm not sure whether I'm loving this shade, but you do need something with a little bit of contrast to the foundation that you're using. Historically, I've used it, I can't find the lid for it, but I think this is Mario, so they do something similar. You can tell mine's completely empty, but this is the one that I was using before, and I think I like that a little bit better. It seems to have more staying power, like when I kind of blend it out. So I'm just gonna finish going in and blending all of this, because right now it looks like I've just got 2 dirty slash marks on my face. And then we'll do the same up around here. So usually just gonna go in up into the bold spots. This is really, I've always had a thin hairline through here. And I just feel like as I've gotten older, hair's just falls away. Although my hair's got longer, I can't complain about that. Okay, just go back. Okay. Blend, 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 blend. Okay, I've also drawn it around my jaw. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Sorry, I've got all the lights behind me, so it keeps changing color. All right, I'm going to go ahead and blend all of this out so you don't have to sit here and watch, but I'm basically just going to make sure that that's all kind of even, and then I'll show you my next product. Okay, I think that is blended as far as I'm going to be able to blend this, and then we'll kind of smooth it over with some setting powder, but I'm going to use, this is so old. I'm going to pick like one of these shades, probably this one here, and I'm going to blend these two together and then just kind of go over a little bit more to give us some more depth. So I'm just going to pat that in lightly. There you go. Same around the same spots that I just did the contour. This has also got, I know that you probably can't see this, but it has a bit of a shine. Like some of these have like a bit of a shimmer. So that's pretty since we're going to be going outside here in a bit. Okay. And then for a bit of pink, what one do I want to use? Okay, so I have been using this and I just dropped this palette the other day and like it went everywhere. So that one's out of the question. All right, I've got this one. It's a little bit darker. A couple of little dabby dabs. And I'm just gonna go in around the tops. Give you a bit of color back in your face. I also put a little bit up here, a bit sun-kissed. You just check over here. I feel like this is gonna be so, so much darker than what I normally wear because I'm sitting in my room doing this. I don't really do my makeup in here. It's my bathroom is arguably 10 times darker and orange. Okay. I think that's good for now. All right, next, we're gonna want to set all of that foundation and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So I just recently got this Laura Mercier powder. This is, I guess it's mint, translucent loose ultra setting powder. So it's a blur finish. So it kind of melts everything together. So when you take this off, it smells like mint. And it's also green. So you don't need a whole lot. I'm going to tap some of that back in. Okay. Put a bit on my brush. Yes. Oh my gosh, my spine. Okay, then I'm just gonna come in here. And run it down like that area. My poor coffee is gonna be, when I'm looking down and watching all the powder flat into my coffee right now. Okay. And then whatever's left, just going to come in around and set this area as well. I'll come back and get rid of this. This actually does leave a bit of a green hue on your face, but that's nice if you kind of want to cancel out anything else that you don't like the color of. But like I said, it's a blurring powder, so it's really pretty when it's finished. I don't put too much under my eyes just because I'm getting older. I feel like setting powder honestly just stays in the wrinkles, so I try to avoid doing that. You see people online like baking it under their eyes and I'm like, you must be 20. So if you've got any of those wrinkles under your eyes, I would suggest not putting setting powder under there because it will just, yeah, it sets the makeup in, which is great, and it doesn't move, but then you also find that you get the cakey looking face. Okay, a little bit up the edges there. around the nose. Okay, we'll leave that for a second. Okay, next I'm gonna do my eyebrows. Normally I just use a thin pencil. So I've actually got, this is e.l.f. I think this is like El Cheapo. I might have picked this up at the grocery store recently because I ran out, but it was a really nice shade for like my hair coloring and for my natural like eyebrow. So this one is called e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. It's just a crayon and it was quite thin. I can't roll it up because there's nothing in it, but it was very small. And it was, yeah, this kind of like nice light brown color, neutral brown. Yeah, neutral brown is what it was called. So that was what I was using. But normally I go in and kind of just bring these bad boys up. I did have my brows microbladed like 20 years ago. I still need to have them redone. They're so thin. Like they've got nothing on them now, but like you can see all the gaps in the color. I'd love to go and have them done again, but haven't prioritized it. Okay, so instead today I'm going to use this Mui makeup. This is actually an Australian brand, Tasmania specifically, like where I was born. When I was home last, the lady that runs the company actually sent me a bunch of her products. But anyway, so I'm going to use this darker color and just a really fine tip brush. This is not my preferred way to do this, but it's all I actually have at the moment because I haven't been to the shops to pick up a new pencil. So I normally just kind of start in here and like trace the edge. I can get a little bit of a square and then I just brush away and kind of go around the edges to create that kind of nice shape. And I bring it out a little bit wider than my eyebrow. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, but I'm gonna do it in the mirror and come back and show you what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And now it's done. So yeah, I kind of just kept with the shape of the original brow and just filled in some of those lighter spots that are completely faded. I think some people do the order of their brows a little different. Maybe they do them last. I like to kind of set the shape of my face and then work around it. So I've probably done it a bit backwards to what a makeup artist would do, but I don't think there's a right or wrong way here. And that's partly because I've done my foundation first too. I think a lot of makeup artists save their foundation until like the later steps. They do the eyes. I'm doing it all out of order, but this is just how I've always done it. Okay, so eyelids. Obviously I have nothing on them right now. I think I'm gonna use, this is such an ugly palette, but I'm gonna use this little brown color on the edges here. So it's got a bit of a shine to it and I'm gonna stick that on the edges. We'll come in here. I will blend it, don't worry. This is so hard doing it into this tiny little camera screen. Yeah, so basically I'm just gonna work that up through like the crease. Sorry, it's gone dark. And then I do like a lighter shimmer on the insides, and that's pretty much it for eyes. And then I'll go a little bit darker if I'm going out, like I would put a darker color than that on in the corners. And just blend it in a bit more. So it's pretty much the same every day. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off camera so I can do it properly and then show you what it looks like. Okay. That is it blended a little bit more. And now I'm gonna use like a light shade like this one. So you can see it's been butchered. So that's the color that I'm gonna use on the inside. I need to get some new eyeshadow pen. Clearly I don't get to go to the makeup store very often. Okay, I'm gonna finish this on camera too, and I'm just gonna fill in this area here. Okay, all right, now I just used a white pencil and have kind of defined that a little bit more, and then I'm going, so this is just under my eyeline here, and then I'm going to get a little small brush like this and just blend that a little bit so it's not such a hard line. I want it to be soft, and then I'm gonna get a white kind of shimmer and just kind of go in that little area just there as well. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, let's see if I can do it here. Probably not. Nope. Let me do this off camera. Okay, So that's what that looks like now that it's done. And I just got a like a kind of unused brush and just kind of went over the entire crease area here just to kind of smooth it all together so it's not like so defined. Next, I'm going to grab this color here. It's like a off yellow with a mini beauty blender, and I'm just going to run that down my nose to add a bit more contrast. And then I'm going to go over this same area with like a shimmer so that you get a nice little shine on the tip of your nose. Bom, 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 bom. Okay. Where's my shine? I had it here ready to go and now it's gone. Okay. So straight down there. A little bit, boop, across the nose. Okay, cool, all right. Next, same beauty blender. I'm gonna get that same kind of color here and I'm gonna go under my eye just to kind of give a bit of brightness, so I can bring it down into the cheek, into the corner here. And drag it up. Again, that's going to kind of help make everything with your blush just look a bit smoother. So need a bit more. There we go. Same on the other side. It's pretty white. Up into the corner, bring it down. All right, I think that's blended. I'm gonna go quickly check in my mirror here so I can see better. Okay, we're getting there, guys. We're gonna put lips, eyes, and then we're done. Okay, all right, I found this just the other day at Sephora. This is called, well, it's a pencil. It is meant to be a lip pencil, but I also just use these interchangeably with whatever I put under my eyes. But this is actually a long-lasting waterproof option, which I found so helpful. I can't stand it. I feel like I'm constantly reapplying lip liner and like putting on lip gloss. I still haven't found a long-lasting stain or anything that I like yet, but when I do, I'll let you know. But this is a nice long-lasting pencil. So I'm going to put this on my bottom line under here and kind of drag it down a little bit, and then I blend it. And then I'll also do my lips with this, and then I'll show you what that looks like. All right, this is it not blended. I've just drawn it on, so it looks super ugly right now. But I'm just gonna get a small, thin tipped, this is 2 ends, and just kind of blend that a little bit under my eye. And some on this side. Okay, I think that's probably fine for now. And then it's kind of really harsh on my lips right now. So I usually just kind of blend that in a little bit with the back of my finger. Just softens it a little bit. Okay. I've got nothing on my lips right now. Okay, looks good. I have the worst colored plumper ever. I'm so annoyed. I bought this online and I think they just picked the wrong one. So it's like this ugly red. So I've been like mixing it with other things, but I like how it feels on my lips and it's really hydrating. So if you can get a good plumper, get a plumper. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of this on because it is very dark. I don't like it. It's so red. And then we're gonna blend it with your finger. Up. My lips are so dry right now. Okay, and then I have this little, I guess this is another e.l.f. brand. I think I bought this the same day that I got that eyeshadow. I mean the eyeliner I was showing you before. It's just from the grocery store because I was out. Super gloss. Bit of hydration. I also, so you know, I had lip filler probably 4 years ago and it is so gone. Like it's completely dissolved. Like when I do like a big smile, I can see like all the areas where it's like doesn't exist anymore. It's really funny. I probably should go back and get it fixed, but that would take time. Okay, next I have this. This is from Sephora, this Ilia brand. Now this is actually, I'll read it what it says to you. It is a eye stylus shadow stick. This is in the color Beam. I thought it was absolutely stunning. I've always used like a champagne kind of shimmer on my, let me see if I can get it to focus. Come on, no, dang it. Anyway, it's kind of like a rose gold color, but this might be a smidge too light, but just to get a little bit of sheen, because I love that. Can I put this on my lid? I know it's an eyeshadow, but whatever. It looks pretty. So you can use it under eyes. I don't. And then I'm just gonna set it down a bit. Try not to touch the outside of your lips. All right, I think that looks okay. Does it look okay? All right, we're getting close, guys. We've still got to do eyelash, like mascara. I don't normally wear lashes. I've never worn lashes. I can't do it to save myself. I mean, I guess anything you practice and you do a lot, you get good at, but I'm close to 40. I don't think it's gonna happen. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I brought the Moxie lashes, which are like meant to be like these ultra, I don't know, easy to apply. They're like, they come in little bunches. And I watched the lady do it on the ad, and she basically just puts it onto her eyelash and they just stay. And I was like, oh, that looks amazingly easy. I get them. I was like furious, swearing in the bathroom, like losing my mind. I remember leaning forward onto the counter to like look at the lashes, and then the whole lash kit is stuck to my belly, like, cause it was so sticky. I'm like, this isn't as described. I was so angry. So yeah, I just don't even worry about lashes. I would if I could. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up now. It's been too many years. All right, just getting a basic mascara here. This is the kind of tip that I like a round fluffy one. So we're just gonna come in. If you have a lash lengthening serum that you can use regularly, I'd encourage it. I have not been using mine, so my lashes are like little stumps, but I tell you, I swear to gosh, it works. If you can, I'm just seeing if I've got one here. There is one that I get from Sephora that's amazing, but this is just like a regular online brand. It does exactly the same thing. It's the same ingredients. It's on Amazon. It's literally the same thing, about 50% of the cost. This is just called Eyelash Growth Serum. It's purple. It was on Amazon. It is the same thing. Okay. Oh, I can see wrinkles. Holly needs to get some Botox. Look at that. I haven't seen that in a while. Whoa. We got a little wrinkle. When I get Botox, I'm like, I don't want my forehead to move. Freeze it in place. So I do that regularly. I've got to get back into, hey, other eyelash. Okay, I'm going to finish this off camera so that you can not waste your life watching me put mascara on. Okay guys, I think we are done. So the last thing that I did that I didn't put on camera, I just have this, I'll show you, it's this Gucci bronzer. And I just went up over my cheeks again, just for a little bit of sparkle because it's the weekend. So that is what I literally do every single day. And it doesn't take that long. I know when you're trying to do a tutorial, it's like, oh my God, this took 45 minutes. No, it takes me probably 25 minutes every day, but I also don't worry about my hair. So maybe that seems like a long time for some, but I just let my hair straight all the time, so it saves time. So that's it. All right, let's go and get ourselves ready for the rest of the day. I'm gonna get my sports clothes on. We're going for a walk now. We're gonna get some cardio in, and then we're gonna hit up a workout. So let's do it. Oh, also before I go, this thing is so cute. I love it for all my makeup brushes. So if you need an idea, I love this. I have two of them. Alrighty guys, so every single morning I have a latte and I do it with, I guess, a low fat milk. I think this is 1%. And then I use a little bit of, I guess, these flavors. So either vanilla, this one is birthday cake. There's another frosted cookie that I have as well that's 0 sugar. These are only like 30 calorie. Oh, this one's only 10 per serving. So I do like 150 mils of milk and then about 50 mils of, I guess, either of these in my Jura. This is such a good machine. I love this machine. If you want a good coffee maker, oh my gosh, I love it. All right, so there is this bread shop that we have been by like so many times, and every time we've been by it, it's closed. So this morning might be a lucky day because I'm gonna be going home today and making like a nice, I don't know, high protein egg breakfast. So this might be a lucky day. It's pop-up, yeah, it's a pop-up shop. Ooh, I think they're open. This is one of the examples where when I'm not prepping, I would absolutely have said yes to either of these, cinnamon roll or oatmeal pie. So now I just have to live vicariously through Sam. So you want to get one? All right. All right, guys, so no luck on the bread yet, but that doesn't mean we won't find some before we get back. Let's go take a look around Sparkman Mall. I feel like this is where I got my inspiration for all of my garden. Every time we would come here, I'm like, oh, I really want flowers. Or let's just do a quick drive-by since they all look so good. Look at that fried chicken sandwich. Oh, I've been craving fish and chips lately. Okay, so there will be a point, maybe in one of my next vlogs that I do, where I will get fish and chips because that can be a nice high protein option. You're gonna get some fats and you're gonna get some carbs, but not today. I've got something else in mind that I want to do later that you're gonna love. You want to say hi?
Hi. I know, I told you.
Whoa, Kraft hot dogs. What have we got here? Hot bunny buffalo, the Mexican big dog. I think this one looks really good. What's this hot honey bunny? That does look good. Okay guys, so we are at the Bagel Knock. It is in Tampa, right by the Strata Center and the old building we used to live in, actually, AER. This place is insane. Like, normally if you're here in the morning, there is a line out the door. It's still really busy right now and it's coming up to 1:30 in the afternoon. So they do everything bagels, obviously, and you should see the bagel selection, the cream cheese selection. They have sweet, they have savory, and I mean, if you just look up on the screen here, this whatever that is, like the Elvis overload. I don't even know. It's so insane. So I'm not going to be having one of these today just because bagels are really calorie dense. Just the bagel in itself is like 1/3 of my day's carbs at the moment. So normally when I'm not prepping, like this would be something that I would have no issues, wouldn't bother me at all. But today, Sam behind the camera has given me permission to order his bagel for him. He gets no say in it. He just said, pick me something, hot or cold, sweet or savory, I don't mind, go for it. So no pressure. Like there's only 1,000 things that I can possibly choose from. So let's have a look at these bagels first, and maybe we'll start with the bagel we want to choose. So I don't know what the Big B Asagio is. That looks scary. This looks really good, a bacon and cheese bagel. I have had this potato skin one. Recently we ordered like 12 and it was insane. So this is a hot contender. I don't think he wants sweet right now. I know we had pancakes for breakfast yesterday, so I'm thinking we'll probably go with savory. This is a country hash brown. That one looks good. I ordered the French cologne last time I was here. It was incredible. Cinnamon brown sugar butter. Oh my gosh, French toast, blueberry. This blueberry crumble looks insane. And then there's just their standard ones too. Okay, that blueberry crumble looks crazy. And so does the apple crumble one. Oh my goodness. Like that's a meal on its own right there. And now to all of the, bacon cheddar looks really good. Firecracker, veggie, blazing ranch, lox. Is that salmon? I think I'm gonna get him lox. I know he loves smoked salmon. So I might get that as our cream cheese. But I mean, look at all these sweet fillings here. With like fudge butter Nutella, peanut butter swirl, blueberry, sugar cookie. I'm in heaven. I normally am. It's so hard to choose. All right, they also have it. Who would order a ghost pepper cream cheese? That's like a dare. That's wild. Would you like some more water? Get baby, it's up on the screen. Babe. Alrighty guys, so we are set. We're back home. I've cooked my breakfast up, so I want to show you what I'm going to be eating first and then these other delicious things which I will be trying bites of here and there. So starting with what my actual meal is. So I've got 2 slices of sourdough. This is about 50 grams worth. I've got liquid egg whites and a regular, like a whole egg in here, as well as 15 grams of low-fat mozzarella cheese. I've got 40 grams of tomato. Here is a whipped cream cheese. And then I've got 65 grams of avocado. So that meal comes out to 460 calories, 34 grams of protein because of all that extra liquid egg white that I've added, 20 grams of fats, but this is predominantly coming from our healthy fats. Most of that's coming from this avocado here, about 10 grams of fat from the avocado alone, and then 35 grams of carbohydrate from predominantly the bread. And then over here in the glasses, I have a nice big ice cube with some sugar-free orange juice and Sprite. Super nice, super refreshing for a really hot day. It's like 90 degrees. What's that?
Sprite Zero.
Sprite Zero, oh yeah. And then over here, this is that delicious bagel that I picked out for Sam. So the ingredients for this, if you didn't catch it when I put the order in, were, we've got egg and bacon, tomato, bacon, cheddar, cream cheese on a potato skin bagel. This is amazing. You can see like the onion and the cheese and the bacon melted into the top of this bagel. And then he loves cream cheese and smoked salmon. So this is a smoked salmon cream cheese to add to it as well. We've got some healthy avocados over here as a bit of a side for him. And then this was that delicious, what was kind of cake is this called again? A coffee cake or a crumb cake. It has a base that's very similar to like a brioche bread. It's actually used with like yeast. And then this top layer here is a combination of like brown sugar, butter, all the delicious things, and it's kind of crumbled on the top. And then I think what makes this extra special is not just the thickness of that, but then they put it like a confectioner's sugar on top. So we're gonna finish off, wash it down with something sweet, have a little bite of that. So I haven't done the macros on this yet, but I'm guessing if I weigh it out, it'll probably be like 16 carbs, 6 fat. I'm gonna do like a little 30-gram slice of this just so that I can taste it. And we're about to go and hit the gym, so I'm gonna need some carbs. Yum, yum, yum. Who bets that that is actually 30 grams? I've got my little scale out. I'm just gonna weigh this. Oh, within a gram. I guess that's the only bit that I'm gonna have today because damn it, I'm freaking in prep. But let's just see how good this tastes. Yeah, and this is 116 calories, by the way. It's crazy how dense some of these things are, so you gotta be careful. What the heck? What even is that? It's too good, Ray. You can't have some. You just had, she did have some of my eggs. I'm such a sucker. Oh gosh, that's so good. It's light, it's fluffy, it's cinnamony. It's just perfect. Almost forgot about the oatmeal cream pie. So again, if you don't know like the recipe to something, you can always just look something up online and make an estimate. At least you're capturing the ingredients. And if you get a weight, you're gonna be a lot closer than guessing. So let's go ahead, pull this thing out and have a look because I'm curious. I don't think I've actually ever, look at that. Whoa. Wowzers, look at that thing. I'll do the same thing. We'll do a little 30-gram serve, just a taste test. Probably 30 grams, 23. I'll give myself that little extra crumb. Perfect. All right, let's try the cookie. Ooh, 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 ooh. No. I got excited. Oh, damn. That might even be better than the crumb cake. Oh, that's really good too. I've never had a cookie like this before. What is it called, Sam?
Oatmeal cream pie.
An oatmeal cream pie. Okay, cookie. That is better than the crumb cake. I'm so glad I had a bite. All right, so I tracked this, I guess, cream pie cookie as about 80 calories. So 9 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, and 1 gram of protein. So it was a pretty small bite. But collectively, I'm just gonna let you know where we're at for the day. So my calorie targets right now are 1,340. So I'm gonna read you through, we're gonna put it up on the screen and show you what I've already consumed and what I've got left for my next meal. So at breakfast time, I just had a coffee. You saw me showing you my milk latte with the creamer. That clocked in at 115 calories, 5 grams of fat, and 11 grams of carbs. But I did get 5 grams of protein because I used that low-fat milk. Next was my main meal, this egg dish here, which is 460 calories, 34 protein, 20 fat, and 35 carbs. So that's probably going to be one of my more dense meals for today. And then those 2 little desserts came in at 200 calories, of which 2 grams were protein, 11 fat, and 25 carbs. So that brings us to a total today of 774 calories, 41 grams of protein, 35 grams of fat, which doesn't leave me much left for the day, and 71 grams of carbs. So we've got a little bit of room left, about 560 calories, but that's plenty considering it's almost 2:30 in the afternoon. We're gonna be coming home and it's gonna be almost dinner time, which is fine. So come with me, we're gonna head and get a great workout, and I'm gonna be using my brand new Hyperfocus Glutes Program Part 6 in the BiaFit app. So let's go and do it. Hey, baby. Alrighty guys, I'm so not looking forward to this workout, but the good news is it's only an 8 exercise program today, which is actually 1 exercise less than what I normally prescribe. So I'm going to be working through my Hyperfocus Glutes Part 6 program. I'm working through, I think it's day number 4 today, and we're going to be hitting a combination of many muscle groups. But as you guys know, I don't train my biceps or my triceps, and I do not train my core, and I've got a pretty low volume right now on my back and my chest. For those kind of low priority muscle groups, there's probably only 9 to 12 sets. So it's really kind of just a maintenance volume, and that allows me to kind of go a little bit over the top on my shoulders and my glutes to really maximize. If there's any growth to be had as a competitor, I'm going to take those chances. So come with me. We're here at Flex and Flow, one of my favorite gyms to train at. You've probably seen me work out here before. They're always getting brand new equipment. So they've got some new stuff. I don't know whether we're going to be doing it in today's program, but we'll see. Alrighty guys, okay, starting off with reverse V squat. We've got belt squat RDL with the V handle today. We've got standing hip abduction, Smith machine, oops, I don't want to switch that order. Smith machine, single leg Bulgarian split squats. Seated calf raise. Oops, I keep doing the wrong thing there. Smith machine behind the neck, shoulder press, Smith machine upright row. I think I'm going to use a cable and easy bar today for that one. And then to finish off with, we're going to do a kneeling rear delt cable flies. So hitting all things today, but we're going to start with this beautiful contraption behind me. I'm going to put my knee sleeves on. Let's do it. Oh, okay, a couple of warm-up sets here since it's our first. I'm not doing anything fancy for warm-ups today. I'm just using the actual machine to get some blood circulating. It's pretty hot here. It was 96 on the drive over. So probably don't need to do as much warming up as I would if I was in the middle of winter or somewhere cold, that's for sure. It's a good point, guys. A lot of the padding on some of these machines wears thin. So I normally use my knee sleeves. I realized I've got them on. I was like, where are my knee sleeves? I'm frantically looking through my bag. I'll probably use some towels, but I normally put them up here just to give a better protection. There's so many of us ladies, you got bones here, and when you start to load up, to challenge your glutes and your quads, it really hurts. So, if it's to still challenge the muscle we're trying to work here, throw something between your shoulders and the pads. So I'll do 5 here. Alrighty guys, so this is my last set. I have taken it up. Actually, for the last 2 sets, I've added 25, so I'm doing 320. This feels really rotten, and today it's just because I got my cycle. So the last few days, I've just been feeling so tired. And if I let my stomach go, like, look at this. We got the little, get the belly. It's so annoying. It's so painful. But anyway, I digress. If you are having a challenging week, like let's say you're watching this video right now and you're about to get your cycle or you're getting your cycle, please don't feel like you have to always perform at 100%. We already know that when it comes to your proximity to failure, there's flexibility. You don't need to push a 10 every single session to still get really good results. So, you know, if you're contemplating not going to the gym because you're just feeling a bit tired, like I am today, I'm genuinely really pooped. This is my first full week on really low calories again. And like I could have just sat home and said, no, it's going to be a terrible workout. Like I'm not going to worry about it. No, I'm here, but it's not going to be my best effort, but I'm still trying and I feel fine now that I'm here. But you don't always have to load up, you know, the same weights that you always do. But surprisingly, this is still moving. I wasn't sure what I was going to put on the bar today, but it still feels all right. I'll probably tire a little earlier in this session. But yeah, I think I used to have the mentality where it was like, go hard, go home, all or nothing. And it was not a very good mindset, to be honest. And it's probably one of the things that made me really unhappy for a long time. So when you can change your perspective and know that you're still getting really good results, even if you're not operating at 100%, like that's so important. All right, guys, next exercise was this V grip squat RDL, so hamstrings. So again, this is the first time I've really used my hamstrings in today's exercise. So I'm gonna hit a warm-up set, see how my hamstrings are feeling. If I need another one, I might do another warm-up set. But I think we've been using about 3.5 plates for this. So feeling strong in the hamstrings actually, surprisingly, considering how little volume I've been doing on them because I haven't been a focus. But this exercise has been feeling really good. So let's give her a whirl. Okay, we went up 2 quarters. This might be a little harder than I was thinking. Okay, one of the key cues I think about here, and I've got very flexible hamstrings, I think everybody's range of motion is gonna look a little bit different. So you probably see me come down like almost to like parallel, but you might feel full range of motion a lot further up than what I am. But ultimately, you wanna try and reach full range of motion if you can. And yeah, this is a great hamstring exercise. Oh yeah. Sam's OCD. Oh my goodness. Let's check the heart rate. 161. That's a good one if you want to burn some calories, guys. Okay, so I am going to take this last set back to 270, so just 3 plates. I think a lot of times people will ask about like how often should I be trying to progressively overload my sets? Should I always be searching for increases? Like, do I have to do it every single set? And the answer is no. So today for me, given the circumstances and how fatigued and poorly recovered I am, the fact that I've been able to do 1 set with that higher, heavier weight, so it was 320 for a set of 12, I'm stoked with that, but it's only 1 of 3 sets. But I guess my goal over the next 6 weeks of this training program will to be progressively trying to get a little bit more volume each week. So I want to show you what I mean by that. So right now for these 3 sets, I've accrued 10,320 pounds of volume. So next week, I might try and strive for 2 sets with the 320. I might be feeling a lot better. I might get all 3 sets at 320, and that's going to take that total number up. But even if I'm only going up by like 5 or 10 pounds, that's still improvement. So I would encourage you guys to do the same thing. I think one of the biggest,
reasons people aren't making more progress is because they're not challenging themselves regularly enough. And, you know, over time, what was once an RPE 8 or 9 for you is eventually going to feel a lot easier as you get stronger. So if you're not really proactive about it, you know, 2 6-week training blocks can fly right by, and now you're not actually training at the high, you know, proximity to failure to achieve muscle growth. So always look for little gains. It doesn't have to be huge, even if it's one set. Okay? Okay, moving on. So we've hit quads, we've hit glutes, we've hit hamstrings. Guess what's next? Glute medius. So we're going to do the plate loaded premier hip abduction. I am going to also be adding in, just to again get a little bit more range of motion, because this machine is kind of loose. And see how that's the starting position. It's not actually like allowing me to touch my knees and really lengthen that muscle. So these pads will give me a little bit more range of motion. And today I'm going a little bit heavier for this particular training block on this exercise, just because it feels really comfortable. So I'm going to be going for around 15 reps. Normally you'll notice if you're doing my programs, they're like 20 to 25. And sometimes the full limitation is just because of how the machine feels for me. I don't like putting a lot of weight on the machine, but this one, chef's kiss. So let's do it.
Okay, moving on to our next exercise. This is our second last lower body exercise for the session. I've got calves to finish and then I'm pretty sure we're done, and I don't know why I would put a Bulgarian split squat of any kind at this position in the workout. So it's not going to be very heavy, I can tell you that. And you will notice that depending on the position that you move a movement, you will see meaningful differences in your strength. So because it's position 4, it's not going to be the same as if I was to do this fresh out of my car from the AC. So you can make this one either quad focused or glute focused, depending on how far back you sit the roller. Now, if you don't have a rolly, you can also just use a bench. So the closer your stance, the more quad heavy and quad focused this is going to be. If you sit it back, and I actually do have to take mine back about an inch or so, it'll get you a little bit more stretch and lengthening through the hamstring and through the glute. The hamstring isn't a primary mover in this exercise, but the glute is. So yeah, I'm gonna put probably just 50 pounds on the bar. I've got sets of 12, and I'm gonna try and take these to an RPE 8 today. Okie dokie. I think this is our last lower body exercise. So we're hitting calves. There are only 2 calf exercises in this program. So for all of my calf exercises, there are 4 working sets for each of those, just to kind of bring the total up a little bit. Adds a little bit more volume, but without the need for adding more movements, which makes all of my other sessions that much longer, that much more challenging. So I'm gonna throw 90 pounds on the bar and hit these bad boys like it's the last leg exercise, I suppose. Let's do it. We are finally moving on
to our upper body. We have 3 exercises to go. So to stay in the same room, we've also got our music connected, which is kind of neat. I don't know whether this is a normal thing for gyms, but you can play your own tunes. If you get connected to the Bluetooth, you're good to go. So it's fun when it's quiet and you can put on whatever you want. Anyway, hitting the rear delts. Obviously, this is a focus muscle group for me. I try and divide that volume on my shoulders pretty evenly across my rear, my posterior, my anterior, and the medial tendon of your muscle. Let me just start that again. I try to divide the volume evenly across all of the regions of your shoulder. So your anterior, your medial, and your rear delt. So yeah, I guess for this exercise, I'm going to use the cables today, the dual pulley system, having one set a little bit higher than the other. So that's the top arm, and then you'll pull through on the lower setting. I'm keeping it relatively light. I'm just going to kind of sit back, keep my chest up, shoulders suppressed, and really thinking about squeezing through the backs of my arms. So.
Alrighty guys, I wanted to talk to you today about volume. You'll often hear people online make the claim that you should never leave any gains on the table and rest longer in order to do that because it's going to maximize muscle growth. And I have a perfect example that I want to show you today of why this isn't necessarily true using an example that I just did. So I've just finished my cable flies. And you can see here in my first set, I did 15 reps with 22 pounds and I was able to get 330 pounds of volume. And then in my next set, I came in and I did 12 reps with 33 pounds and I was able to achieve 396 pounds of volume. So many folks would say that second set was the better set. That was going to get me more muscle growth because I lifted more weight. But the reality is that is simply not true. It doesn't matter what, load you lift, as long as those sets were taken close to failure and that they're staying above the hypertrophy or within the hypertrophy rep range, which is about 8 and above. They're all going to achieve really similar outcomes. So you don't need to rest for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 minutes in order to maximize gains. As long as those sets are taken close to failure, you're doing an amazing job. Okay, we are moving into another area of the gym. We got our upper body section and we're going to be doing a behind the neck shoulder press. This is probably a little bit more of a controversial movement, just from the perspective that not everybody has this kind of mobility or range of motion, but I really like it. I think it keeps my shoulders healthy and limber, to be honest. So I don't use nearly the same kind of weight that I would if I was doing like a regular shoulder press, and I do have that in this program as well. So I keep it nice and light and I'm basically just taking it through a full range of motion, like so. Slightly wider than shoulder grip, kind of coming down nice and controlled. I just gently let it kind of touch the back of my neck there and press straight through. So again, I'm not loading up super heavy on this movement. The goal isn't for me to get like maximal strength on this. It's almost being done in this training program as like a shoulder mobility movement. Okay, we are on the last exercise. All right, upright rows. So I don't normally include this in my training programs, and I was just going through my shoulder exercises and I was like, it's been a while since I've done this one. So this kind of targets multiple regions of the shoulder throughout the range of motion. So at the bottom, because the cable is in front of you, it does lengthen your anterior shoulder. So you're getting a little bit of a stretch through the front here. But as you kind of pull through, it's kind of shifting some of that load to the medial part of your shoulder, into the traps, and then into the rear delt. Obviously, if you're pulling back up like this, you're also shortening your rear delt. So it does a little bit of everything, but I'd say it's primarily rear. So I'm going to keep this relatively light. This is another exercise that's probably a little controversial just because it's challenging in the shoulder region if you don't have a great mobility. I feel like I have stupid mobility in all of my like joints from my hips to my shoulders. So I don't mind it too much. But anyway, we're doing 3 sets of 15 for this exercise. Again, I'm keeping it semi-light. I'll probably train till RPE 7 for this one. It's not a movement that I go to failure often, just because I have got a lot of shoulder volume, and it's not one that I want to push and then injure myself. So I think there are other exercises that are much safer and more like
I guess, shoulder friendly, where I'm happy to load up, for instance, any of my overhead presses with the dumbbells or the Smith machine or anything like that. So let's finish this damn workout and go and get another snack. Woo! All right, so one thing that I just noticed here is I probably need to take the cable tower down one position, just because when I let my arms out straight, I'm touching the bottom of the machine. So if you've got long arms, I don't, but if you've got long arms, you're gonna want to take it all the way to the bottom. So there's still another position there that I can take this down, so I'm gonna do that. Alrighty guys, so I've just finished my workout. When you finish your workout in the app, it'll take you to like a summary page. So I had 8 exercises. I never set the timer on my app, unfortunately, but I had it on my watch. I did 41,000 pounds of volume today, which is awesome. It'll also tell you if you are someone that prefers metric. But then as we scroll down, you can kind of see the muscle group breakdown here. So it'll tell you the volume on each of your muscle groups, but also how many sets you completed on each muscle group. And I think, to be fair, this information is probably a little bit more important over the course of a 7-day program. So at the end of the week, you can actually go and check out like what you've done in total. So here it'll give you any of your past notes, and you can go back and check on any of this information at any time, but it will give you that nice little summary. And then if I go back to the analytics section here, since I have now officially completed my workout, you can see like all of my data. Wow, look at all the steps there on Saturday. That's crazy, 25,000. Yeah, that must have been when we walked to dinner. All right, so I'm gonna go and find the program that I'm currently doing, but you'll be able to scroll through here and like see all of your past programs that you've done. But we wanna take a look at this program in week 1. So my weekly volume, which is what is probably more important to kind of keep an eye on, came in at 158,000 pounds across all of my movements. And you can see there's a split between lower and upper. It's such a small percentage of my training program right now on upper body, but predominantly lower. You can see here where all of that volume is coming from. So I had 10 sets total on my back, 3 on my anterior shoulder, 15 on my lateral, and 7.5 on my posterior. And then when we go down to the lower body, it's like, oh, hello. You can see here there was 18.5 or 18.75 sets on my glute max, 19 on the glute medius. I mean, it's hefty. And the reason that we can get 0.75s is because there is fractional volume assigned to some muscle groups. So I guess what I mean by that is there are some movements where we have a primary muscle group and a secondary muscle group, or sometimes a tertiary, and they're not always fully assigned like all of the sets. It might be they get half of that. So that's why there's the 0.75s, which looks a little confusing, but that's why. So yeah, you just want to focus on getting that number to go up over the course of your 6-week training block. And then when you start a new one, you don't really compare those things, but hopefully your energy expenditure and the program itself is built in a way or designed in a way that it's similar, so that you aren't making meaningful changes in your overall output, which can change, you know, how quickly or slowly you're able to progress towards your goals, especially if fat loss is your focus. So I'm going to sit down and put my shoes on. I'm going to do a little bit of posing here. Oh, I'm so tired. And then we're going to head back home. I'm going to get some food. I think I want to get some ice cream on the way home. There's a place called Delights that I love that do a high protein ice cream, but I'm not sure what time they close. So we might end up missing them because I think it's already like 5:15. But if they are open, I'll stop in and get some ice cream. If not, I might make some at home and maybe get a little swim in. Alrighty guys, I am so exhausted, but it is so refreshing right now. So we obviously stopped in at Delights and picked up a couple of ice creams, and these have ridiculous calories, like to the point where I don't know whether I trust it, you know what I'm saying? But apparently they are about 50 calories per serving, and I believe a serving is 56 grams, and you get like 3 carbohydrate, 2 grams of fat, and 1 gram of protein. So it's like 3, 2, 1, something to that extent. So I tried a couple of different flavors. This is a key lime cheesecake flavor. It was super unusual, so I just got like a little small scoop of this one. And then this was white chocolate macadamia, and what was the other chocolate flavor? Chocolate pound cake. So I'm gonna give these a taste. Oh, they look so good. It's been such a long time actually since I've been to Delights. We used to go there quite a bit. I didn't have enough macros for these, but if I did, I would totally add some toppings. But I got the little minis, I guess they're Reese's, and then mini chocolate chips. Okay, oh goodness, here we go. It's so good. Oh, okay, white chocolate macadamia. In terms of a score, I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. It's not too sweet. It's not completely tasteless, but the texture's awesome. I think because it's a soft serve, it's so much better than like regular ice cream that you guys would get from a grocery store. So if you can get it fresh, go to Delights. Okay, I didn't try this chocolate one. So this will be the first time I've had this. Ooh, this almost tastes like malted chocolate. Like it reminds me a little bit of, you know, Milo. So any Aussies that are listening to this, you know, Milo ice cream or Milo. It's like malted chocolate. It's not super rich. That is really good. I think I like the white chocolate macadamia a little bit better. Ooh. Okay, we'll go for the key lime. Well, that's dripping everywhere. My gosh. My poor towel. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that's better than I tasted this when I was in the shop. It's better than I remember. Alrighty guys, I'm going to enjoy my ice cream and probably go and sit in the hot tub for a bit. And then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna be making myself some dinner, so stick around. Alrighty guys, we are sitting down to have some dinner and it is so colorful and so pretty, and I have basically perfected my numbers. I've got like a few grams like out, but in my opinion, this is perfect compliance for today. So what have we got? Protein is going to be the most important for this meal. So you might have recalled earlier when I was discussing what I needed to get in, I had a lot of protein left. So I've got 300 grams of chicken on this plate. So that in and of itself is like 58 grams of protein, which is making up a good chunk of the rest of my day. We've then got sweet potato as the main carb source. That's hiding under here, so I roasted those. We've got black beans and corn kernels. I have some red cabbage, diced tomato, and some avocado. And right on top here is a little bit of really low fat cottage cheese. And that's just kind of bringing the protein content right up to what I need it to be today. Drizzled over the top here is like a light cilantro lime dressing. And then I'm probably gonna also use a little bit of Chick-fil-A sauce, if I'm being perfectly honest, just to tie this all together. So yeah, this basically brings my macros in right where I need them to be. I'm sitting at 46 grams of fat for the day, 113 grams of protein. That is about 10 grams shy of what my normal goal is, but it's still within my normal protein reference range. And I came in at 117 grams of carbohydrates. So yeah, I'm really happy with how everything kind of came out. So I'll make sure that I give you this recipe, so it'll be available either on my website, or if you were part of our newsletter, when I send out this email for this video, I'll include everything for today. Yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed following me along and enjoying some training, enjoying some food. Oh my goodness, those cookies and just everything this morning was so delicious. But yeah, I guess if you've got any questions, feel free to drop me those below. I hope you're having a great day and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.
Working out is power, power is you. Start training with your mind, mind just plays with you. Open the